And what Master represents today is the premiere of a brand new show here on IG Live called The Melissa Banks Show. I'm excited to be the facilitator, as it were, through this segment with Melissa Banks, where she's going to be offering you guys not only business tips, but also helping you guys to be able to see how you can navigate through your different challenges when it comes to business and life. Hello to you, Mary Ellen, if all is well with you. Hello to you, Antoine, if all is well with you. There is Melissa. We had a little tech issue there. Hey, Angela, if all is well with you. Hopefully it is fixed now. And going to go on with us. Let's see. I think there she is. Hello to you, Tessmer. Hello to you. Hey, Melissa, can you see me okay?
I can, and you're clear. So maybe it's fixed.
Hopefully so. Well, you know what? For those who are just tuning in, it doesn't matter because the other video's not there anyway. We're glad you all could be with us as we are kind of kicking off this brand new series here on IG Live with Melissa Banks. Melissa's a master event planner, a motivational speaker, author, and now she's going to be sharing with you guys not only, of course, business tips, but also strategies, and also helping you guys answer your own questions as well. So it's a very interactive program we're going to be doing. Hello to you, Diana. Hope all is well with you. Diana says much better. Great. Thank you so much for that. Tessa, thank you so much for that. So I want to go back then, Melissa, because no one heard anything I think I said earlier. You were talking about this year, though, for you. Walk us through what it's like for you to end 2021 this way.
You know, it's amazing. When we started 2020, that's when everything started changing and things started happening. And the way my business look started changing because it was necessary to pivot, right? So I'm ecstatic to see the growth in myself and hopefully in the people that I inspire and look at my business, where we've gone over this past year and 2020 as well. You know, it was all a restart rather than an end. It was a restart and doors just started opening. I do believe that God can bless us beyond what we can ask or think. And I am a testament of that because I can sit back and dream of some of the things that have happened over this last year, and to end it with this amazing show, just to talk to other planners, talk to other business women, and just people going for their dreams and hopefully say something that can push them in that direction. This is an amazing way to go toward the end of the year.
I totally agree. So let's talk about your niche because, you know, one thing about you, you have an event that's coming up in 2022. I know you're already getting excited about that, kicking a year again, empowering and inspiring business women. Have you always known that female entrepreneurs was that niche for you, Melissa, to be able to try to pour into?
Well, you know, from the beginning, I saw that that's what I was drawn to. You know, sometimes we have this vision of what it is that we want to do. Well, initially, honestly, I thought I was casting my net wide. I was trying to fit into some areas that wasn't a good fit. And you know what? I just kept being me and kept pulling on what God had planted in me and just kept going. And I realized, you know what? I want to, in my core, inspire women. I know some stuff that I went through. I know some things that stopped me at certain times, you know. And I thought, you know what? If I could have a woman to pour into me at that time, it would have pushed me, and maybe it would have saved me from some things that I went through. So as I go on, I know that women are who I want to inspire. They're who I want to lift up. You know, I believe in women, and I believe that we pull together, we push each other up, and we are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I think that is so true. I think, you know, Melissa, the other thing is, you know, when you kind of talk about that niche and wanting to help other people, I think the other side of that is that you've been able to do it in a lot of different ways. I introduced you as a master event planner. And for you, I mean, of course, the event planning business has changed a lot. I know for you, through the pandemic, you even made a pivot with that. You've been able to do virtual events as well. Talk to us about that. I mean, what was that decision like for you to make that decision to pivot so that you could be able to continue to serve your audience and to be able to make an impact in their lives?
Well, you know, pivoting was crucial, you know, because in my career, I have faced different things. And I know that every time something came up, it took some action on my part to move through it. Also, I made a decision that I was not quitting, right? So if I made that conscious decision not to quit, then I had to figure out what to do next. And so when the pandemic hit, my event planning business, which was a full calendar at the time in March, disappeared within a matter of weeks. It didn't take a really long time because things were shut down. My business was 98% face to face. So I had to reach out. I had to step out and do some things that scared me. You know, that's the thing is you have to do something. Sometimes it scares you, but when you do it, you know that's what you're supposed to be doing. So that's what happened to me. And I said, okay, what do I do? I signed up for a class. I enrolled in a class that were for event planners. And because event planning was such a crucial impact of the pandemic, I enrolled in that class and I surrounded myself with other people in the industry. Some that were at the top of their game. Like David Cetera was the leader of the group. He was pouring into us. You have to open yourself up for new. You have to open up yourself to people who already got where you're trying to get so that you can learn from them. And that was the beginning of the transition. That was the beginning of the pivot. I'm going to try these. Somebody said that there was some background noise.
I just saw that too. Oh yeah, about the earbuds. So I want to say why Melissa's doing that. I want to mention a couple of things. If you guys are not following Melissa already, you definitely want to make sure you guys are doing that. You'll notice right here there is a drop down arrow. You'll see my name there and Melissa. Make sure you guys click on that drop down arrow. Let me go ahead and follow Melissa if you're not doing so already. And if you're following Melissa and not following me, you can follow me right there as well. Also, you'll notice everyone who's on this broadcast live, you can be able to follow them as we're having the broadcast too. Also, if there's any questions you all have for Melissa week after week, you'll notice there is a button down below with a question mark in it, a bubble. You can be able to type your question in there. We'll be glad to be able to bring those on. And we really want this every week to be a weekly interchange of encouragement, but also information. Melissa's going to be tapping into her vast experience as an event planner. If you guys have any questions about event planning, she'll be talking about that. We'll have different themes we'll be bringing up when it comes to business and encouragement and information for those in business, but also just trying to inspire you every week to be able to give you all something to keep you motivated as well. Mary Ellen says that she loves your set. Melissa, one thing I can say, I give Melissa a hard time. I give everybody a hard time. But Melissa is someone, you can always look for her photos to be beautiful. Her backdrop's going to be beautiful. So I have to find something else to pick on. And I normally just, but I never can pick on when it comes to you, Melissa. So Melissa, I want to talk about virtual events, because I'm sure for some of our audience out there, they may be wondering, okay, what do I do? Do I have to just wait, before I'm able to do something? What was that like for you to have the conversation about if a virtual event was the right fit for a client?
Well, that goes back to being willing to learn, right? So like I said, my business was 98% face-to-face. So virtual events became something I had to learn, and I had to get good at it, and I had to do it quickly. So I got the training that I needed. I talked to people that were doing it that I needed it, because you know what I discovered is a virtual event can be just as fun. Yes, you're not in front of people, but you can have an amazing time at a virtual event. You just get some guidance, learn the platform. You do things a little different, of course, than you do when people are in the room, but we had some amazing, and we're still having some amazing virtual events. I believe virtual events are here to stay. They're not going away. They're here to stay. So if you're in the event planning industry, if you're planning an event, then virtual is a good option, and you don't lose. In fact, you gain, right? So you can expose yourself to so many more people all around the world in your virtual event. Just make it impactful, make it exciting for the audience. You mentioned earlier about our event that's coming up in January 2022, and it's an amazing virtual event. I'm ecstatic about some of the things that are coming. So that's just, virtual events is something you have to just grab hold of and learn how to do it and go for it. And that's what we did. And we did weddings, we did birthday parties, we did graduation ceremonies. It just has been a wonderful experience, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. And I think, for a lot of people out there, let's see, Melissa, you sound great to me now. Let's see. So if you guys have a question, make sure you guys use the question. You'll notice a little question bubble there. It'll make it a lot easier for me to be able to read it. But no, you sound really good to me right now, Melissa. So I want to ask you this about the virtual events and also for yourself, because that had to be a psychological switch for you too, right? Because you are I will say this about Melissa. Melissa is a people person. I mean, she's in the perfect industry for herself because she is all about people. How did you kind of get yourself in the right mindset for that shift, Melissa?
Well, I had to, first of all, I started attending more virtual events as an attendee, because one of the things that's important is interacting with people, and that's why it scares some people. So I had to learn, how can I interact with people? So I started signing up and enrolling in virtual events and participating. And what I discovered is I met some amazing people that we're still friends today because we met in a virtual environment. So you just have to do I learned that you have to do some things different, and you have to be intentional about interacting. So, face to face, you can walk in the room and sit down, not talk to anybody if you don't want to. You just kind of get in your own world. But when it's a virtual event, you got to pull the people in. You got to get them excited about being there. And leading up to the event, you got to get them excited about it. And it has to be intentional. So a virtual event, I love virtual events, which really surprised me because I am a people person and I'm not a techie person. You know that. So it was a little scary for me. So I had a learning curve. I had to really be committed and go for it and get into it. Now I just love them. We even have them for my jewelry, our jewelry line Dream. We have this dinner with Dream where we involve the audience. We have drinks, we have food, they do too. And we have music and fun, and we interact with each other. So I just don't feel like I'm missing out when I have a virtual event.
Yeah. ESP Presents says, I just got on. What is the topic and what's the name of your book? I think, for ESP Presents and others who are just coming in, the Melissa Banks Show is a new show that's coming here just on IG Live. We're excited about it. It's going to be every Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 10:30 a.m. Central Time, where Melissa, event planner, is an author and speaker, will be giving business tips, of course, that are for everybody, but her audience, of course, are female entrepreneurs. But also she'll be giving motivation as well, because we all need that regardless of what our profession might be. And your book, Melissa, I'll let you give them the title of the book and what kind of sparked the idea for the book.
Okay, wonderful. I pushed back a little bit, so maybe I was too close. So let's see if that works. But the book is called Dream by Design, and what it is some inspirations to just keep you going. It's not long story. It doesn't take you a long time to read. It's just little inspirations. What I found, Cyrus, is we all get into our mind, right? So sometimes our minds start focusing on everything that's not happening, everything that scares us, and we need something to bring us back in, to center our focus. And that's what Dream by Design, the devotional, is all about. It's just little tidbits that you can read, that you can plant in your mind, that you can repeat during the day. You can read it over and over and over again just when you need centering. The thought behind the book is simple because I can't help it. If you bring me on to talk about event planning, I'm going to talk about inspiring you and pushing you to read who I am. If you bring me on as a guest on your show, that's what you're going to get. So that's what it came out of. I was co-host on a show with women, and you know what? You thought we collaborated together, and this is a great way for women to be reminded. Simply get up in the morning, read one of the inspirations, and start your day. Just replace those negative thoughts with something great. You hear me say all the time, change the channel. And that's what it's about, just replacing those negative thoughts with something positive.
Yeah, and it's something that is definitely needed. So I want to talk about also what you and I have both discussed, Melissa, when it came to using this platform, because of course we are going to be taking questions like we just took ESP Presents question, but you also will be sharing tips as well. I think, for a lot of people, being able to have an idea for a business is one thing. To actually make that business succeed is another thing. Do you think having the time in business that you have kind of puts you in a position where you can be able to share from experience what you've learned with others?
Absolutely, because it puts you in front of so many different people, right? Now, when I started my event planning business over 20 years ago, we didn't have this type of platform. We didn't have people that was willing to share. Honestly, from where I'm from, business women really didn't want to share secrets. They didn't want to share how they got started. They didn't want to share how they pushed through, and they definitely wasn't going to share any troubles that they had. So for me, being in this environment and being around people at all different levels that I can pour in, that can pour into me, that can push you through the struggles, because the event industry is a tough industry, right? Some people say it is one of the most stressful industries. So it's great to have a place where you can go to get some honest feedback, some good, helpful tips that can help you keep going, because it doesn't grow overnight. It doesn't build overnight. Like I said, I've been doing this for 20 years. It was 20 years ago when I had my first event. So it's been a lot of growth, but it exposes you to so many different people and so many opportunities to pour into other people.
Yeah, Tess Marie says, I remember those days of not sharing and not helping others. I think that's it. I mean, I think this is relatable, which is why I'm so excited about this. Melissa, I know there's going to be great things that are going to come out of this. Both of us were excited going into today. And I think even, it is live, right? So things are going to definitely come happen. If someone just said, someone just said to leave iPhone folks alone. ESP Presents, you heard that, didn't you? You heard that part? It's funny how people have selective hearing.
Right.
No, I love all people, even. Anyway, again, everyone, Melissa Banks is the actual host of this show. I'm going to be the facilitator every week. We're really excited about you all taking this journey with us every Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's 10:30 a.m. Central Time, where Melissa and I both live in the great state of Mississippi. Melissa, let them know, as we will be letting them know every week, how they can stay connected with you.
Well, wow, this has been such a great experience, guys. And this is the start, like Sarah said. So we're going to work out some of these tech issues, especially my microphone, because I know that that can bother you if you can't hear all the information. An easy way to contact us is through melissabanks.com. When you go to melissabanks.com, you see all of our platforms, everything that we're doing, how to get the book, how to listen to some of the amazing stories on our podcast, Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, and how to reach us in the event planning industry. It's a link right there. Everything you need to know is right there at melissabanks.com.
All right, Melissa, I'm excited about this new adventure with you every week. This will be a lot of fun. And I think it'll be an interchange of encouragement and information, which is what both of us are about. And we thank all of you all for tuning in to the premiere of the Melissa Banks Show. But you guys tune in next Wednesday, same time, for another great episode as we're kicking things off here, helping you guys with business and life. Until then, we hope you all have a great day. We'll talk to you real soon. Take care.